So, you guys are probably wondering, you make a comic books of a cinematic universe? Yes, I have. If you haven't followed my gaming channel or this channel in general, I do make comic books of a cinematic universe of cartoon characters I grew up watching. Now so I'm going to show you my designs of each characters I have done in the cinematic universe, but my style, and yeah, it's not going to be the same. I know what you guys are going to say, this is going to suck. No, actually, these are my styles, how I created them in one cinematic universe of different dimensions. So we're going to start, for this video, if you guys want me to do all the characters I have done in the cinematic universe, drop that like button, also subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe I'll release the first book I have done when I was 15 years old and actually explain it to you and actually drop it and let people read it, because I have a dog in here, so I really wanted to show you guys the characters. So the characters we're doing today is Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, yep, Alex O'Connell, and Kim Possible. Now they're not going to be the same designs that the shows had them, but these are my designs. So let's get on to it. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Daily Reacts TV here, back at it again with another video, but this time I'm going to show you guys how I drew and designed my characters for my cinematic universe. They're not my characters, but they're the characters that I grew up watching that I made into the cinematic universe. Like, you know, so I decided I'm going to do 4 characters I designed in my cinematic universe with my own style. So we're going to go through Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, Ben 10, and Alex O'Connell. Those are the original 4 I originally wanted for the cinematic universe, but didn't grow. But I think in the next video, if this gets 5 likes or whatever likes you like, I will show you how the other characters, like the Ninja Turtles or Aang, which that comic is not finished yet, like the Ninja Turtles, Aang, Apollo, stop it! Sorry, it's the dog. Ninja Turtles, Aang, and like the other characters to go out. So we're gonna start with the Ghost Boy himself, my design of Danny Phantom. So, alright, so basically, I know what you guys are gonna say, like, why change his design? He looks perfect. Well, to be honest, I didn't want to change it, but I thought it would look really different for Danny because, you know, when I was creating him pretty heavenly, I didn't know what to do. Like, literally, I didn't know what to do with Danny at all because, and I was like looking for a way how I can continue Danny's story. Like, beginning of this cinematic universe, it was starting off where hang on a second. Sorry, he was being annoying. So I had to put him somewhere. Shut it. Anyways, so, where I was literally like, okay, I gotta do something with the story. Okay, that foot's not good, but I got used to it. I'm getting used to it. Anyways, I was like, how can I make this work with Danny? And I was like, you know what, I gotta make my own design for Danny. So I literally was looking a way to change his design. And this was the time I was dating my ex, Gayla, and she really was like, why do you do this with cinematic universe? But I got used to it because she finally supported the cinematic universe and saw how amazing I can do with cartoon characters I basically grew up as in a cinematic universe. My moms are really happy that I even do this world too. I mean, everyone who knows me was supporting the cinematic universe because how much hard work I've done on the characters, you know, and hard work. I continued their story because of, you know. Now back when, before quarantine and the cinematic universe was still going, like, it's still going, but back when it first started, I got so far, like, I borrowed the Infinity War story And then I made Danny Phantom's origin story, which is different than the show mentioned, which I hope that's okay with Butch Hartman. But basically, when I was creating his origin story, I was like, okay, do I want to make him selfish like how is it? So I put my own personality in Danny. And when I did, it worked very well, and my moms were really impressed. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. How the heck did you even create a story like a cinematic universe? If you come up with a great story and I come up with a great arc for the characters, that's how you do it. And that's my design of Danny Phantom in the first comic. In the comics. Now, we did Danny Phantom, and I'm really happy we did, and I actually will keep this. Now, to our second character, Jimmy Neutron. Now, Jimmy was the hardest one to create into this world so far, but I'll get to the next clip. Alright, guys. Now, Jimmy Neutron. Now, Jimmy was the hardest one to come up with because when I literally had to work on a lot of designs for Jimmy, and I looked at his picture and I was like, okay, I gotta change his design a little bit. So I did, and that's when I came up with the head that will fit his character's, like the character's head. So I did it, and it wasn't easy to come up with this, like the start of Jimmy Neutron. Like I made him a little bit of an Iron Man wise because you know he's the boy genius. Apart from before Donnie even joined Infinity Inc. It was just Raph at the time that joined Infinity Inc. But then Johnny and the rest of the Turtles joined it, and look what happened. It became a huge thing that my friends were liking that, and they were like, whoa, how is this possible, you know? It was just the way how it is for Jimmy. And basically, when I was designing Jimmy, it wasn't so easy to recreate the way how Jimmy is. Because when I was doing Jimmy Neutron character, like designing him, he wasn't so much like he was in the show, his own show. Now, when I was designing his character arc and like designing and keeping his story going as well, because you guys know his show got canceled in the third season as Danny Phantom was. And basically, when I was coming up with all this stuff and I told people that I made comic books of a cinematic universe, like people at my old school would just laugh and think it's weird. And I even had a kid who I thought was my friend, Gabe, who I mentioned in the dream. He hated the idea of a cinematic universe with these characters, but my teacher and my mom always supports what I do with the characters, what I do with their story, and basically I was happy with their support and happy what they do because this is how I am, this is how the characters are. And it was hard to come up with these stories and come up with the characters meeting each other, even though they already met in like Nicktoons Unite, but not Kim Possible, so, you know. So this is Jimmy Neutron from my comic. Alright guys, now we just did two characters. We did Jimmy Neutron and Danny Phantom. Now we got two more characters left, which we're going to do the Omnitrix hero himself, Ben Tennyson. Let's do this. Alright, sorry guys. Now I'm gonna find a sketchbook so I can draw them, so I don't have to use this for the drawing picture. But we're gonna use this, like we used the same design head for Danny for Ben, but this time Ben doesn't have the head, the hair that Danny has, you know. And when I was creating Ben Tennyson's arc, you know, it was like, okay, how do I make this the perfect story, you know, for Ben 10, you know? And it was kind of hard because a friend of mine really liked Ben 10, and he was like, hey, can you add Ben Tennyson into the world? And I'm like, heck yeah, I will. So I did, and when I did, I was happy to add him in Infinity Inc. because originally it was just going to be Jimmy, Danny, Kim. But when I added him, he was really much like a personal good character. And, you know, and I just thought Ben was a great addition to the team. Now, I am planning on making him his own comic book. So when I release the Cinematic Universe comics, maybe to you guys to read sometime, I'm actually looking for a publisher to publish those and have permission from the creators themselves. And hopefully they agree with the design changes. But basically, when I did this, I was happy that Ben was a part of this because he was the reason how I actually am who I am today. So, you know, Ben Tennyson, my design of Ben Tennyson in my cinematic universe. Alright guys, so we did Ben, we did Danny, and we did Jimmy Neutron. Now, we're going to do the only girl in the group. Soon not going to be the only girl in the group because we're going to get we got Katara now. The only girl in the group at the time, Kim Possible. Here we go. Alright guys. So this is our last character for this video, so you guys know. It's basically how we are doing this. Now, the reason why I haven't added her in the slide video I made for Valentine's Day was because I couldn't find a good picture of her and Ron, because they're always a good couple. Now, I will fix the hair a little bit and fix her design when future comics, but maybe I will. I will specifically. I wanted to look exactly like she does, but this is her design now, letting you know. But back when I was designing her, I was basically like, okay, original design was pretty good because the first comic I have made with her was with her crossing over with Danny Phantom. Now, a lot of people already made it, but when I made that comic, it was very much hard-working, and it sucks because you could barely read it, but now I might be able to recreate it, you know, and there we go. When I created the Cinematic Universe and kept it going, I basically was like, okay, I gotta add her in Infinity Inc. And then, originally I was gonna kill her off in Return of the Reality Gauntlet Part 2, which is kind of the end game for their story, but I didn't because I was convinced by my friends to make up a different story for her character, and, you know, convinced to come up with a different story for her character because people don't like to see the only girl be cut off from the comic, and that I understand. So I brought her back for the fans of my comic books because my friends always ask me, "Hey, are you gonna bring back?" Crap, sorry, my phone. They always ask me, "Are you gonna bring back Kim Possible?" And I said, "Well, I don't know for a fact, but I probably will." And I did, and Kim was a really good one on the team, and I made her the leader, and I'm pretty happy that I got a chance to add her in the Cinematic Universe. So, this is Kim Possible in the Cinematic Universe. What a ride, guys, to recreate my characters on this notebook. Now, like I said, if this gets 5 likes or 10 likes, I don't know, let it happen. I will show you how I redesigned the Ninja Turtles 2012, Alex O'Connell, and other characters, and Katara, all the characters I have done so far in the Cinematic Universe. I haven't made Firelord Ozai yet, which I'm really excited to work on for a future comic because I think I want to recreate that story of my dream. And I'm really excited for that. And then also, I'm thinking about adding Gargoyles, that animated 1990s cartoon show, Gargoyles, that my uncle grew up watching. So as always, make sure to smack that like button, also push the red button, which is subscribe, turn on your notifications to be notified of every video I make. Also, subscribe to my gaming channel and the link in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. As I always say, as Danny Phantom always say, I'm going ghost. Peace!